Hi, I'm back. So it's true that for the English-speaking people that have been following this channel, I think you must wonder why I'm not making any, not a lot of videos in English, but quite frankly, there's so much that has been done in English that I feel it's not really worth it. So I only kind of shoot videos when I feel I really have something to bring to the table, so to speak. And this is a very simple, basic thing, yet I hadn't thought about it before. So I think this would be the best and the kind of simplest way to work around the tarnishing issues that we're facing while we're using non-precious metals such as bronze or copper or even brass. And those rings that I'm showing you right now are things I've done. I use the sand casting, the Delft sand casting method. If you want to see this ring made from A to Z, I will put in the description box the link to the video, because this was my project of the month for September. And this one is another ring. I didn't shoot a video for it because nothing worked as I wanted. I wanted to use it also as a project of the month, but sometimes it's just the jewelry kind of speaking to me, and sometimes it just doesn't work when I try to shoot them videos. So I just thought that this one had to I had to keep the secret of its manufacturer. So yeah, that's me talking a bit mumbo jumbo right here, but yeah, that's my little thing. Some jewels are not meant to be shown on camera on the screen in the way I fabric and manufacture them. So the point of this video is to show you the simplest technique you can use to be able to go walk around the problem that goes with non-precious metals that will tarnish in contact with the skin, and that will really turn pretty ugly with time. And the way I worked around this was by, I'm going to tell you the truth, I was just scrolling down on Instagram perhaps, or Pinterest, I don't remember, and I saw this thing and I was like, geez, it's so simple but yet so efficient. The only thing you have to do, especially for rings, but it will also work for pendants, earrings, and even bracelets, when you're working with non-precious metals, what you can do is just make a coat of fine or sterling silver inside on the part that will be in contact with the skin, so that it will prevent the whole piece from tarnishing from inside out. You see what I mean? So that's what I did with this one, and that's also what I did. So for this one I used a 0.30 millimeters thick sterling silver, and for this one that I adore this one, I've been wearing it all the time. It's a real vintage coin from 1935, and this one is less well done, so that's also why I wanted to share it, so you can try to avoid making the mistake I've made. For this one, I used wax to make the mold, and then I used the sand casting technique, and then I ended up with the coin and kind of sitting the coin right and setting it. And inside I had that's the thing you have to keep in mind if you want to do that, especially for rings. You will have to estimate the ring size, the length that you need when you're making the bezel wire, for instance, because for this one I took the bezel stripes in fine silver, and I ran out of it and I didn't have the right length, well, rather height, so I just soldered two together to get the right height and thickness going through, like, you see what I mean? And that's the thing that I would do differently if I had to redo this one, is that I would actually use a fine silver sheet and then cut in it the right amount, because using bezel stripe is not the best ideas, but that's all I had on my bench. But and also the thing that you have to keep in mind is usually when you solder, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see here, but we can see the demarcation, like it feels like, because of the heat, the fine bezel wire kind of started to expand, and that's why I would advise you to give a little bit more length than you would usually when you're making your ring base. And yeah, to go back to the main point, it's that the first step that you have to do is to create and calculate the inner size of your ring using the fine silver or the sterling silver base you're going to use, and then bolt on this the rest of the ring, and go on with all the works you want to do, and so that it will prevent you from having size problems, because if you already have the base that it's at the right size, then you just have to calculate to make the whole thing work. If you want to use, like I did for instance on this one, bronze or brass or anything. So this is a really simple technique, but it works like a charm. It's pretty invisible, and it can actually do some. This was a lucky mistake. For instance, you see, I casted it, and you can see the thing, and I love the fact of seeing both metals. I thought that it was quite nice, you know, and aesthetically pleasing. So this is a great way to be able to come up with jewels that will not be made with precious metals, but that will not have the disadvantages of non-precious metals jewelry. So apart if you're allergic to sterling silver, which is it's a bitch, but it will work pretty fine for pretty much anything, and it's great. I've been having those for wearing them for days on. Like this one, I've been wearing it for a solid week or two, and it's not turning green, it's not tarnishing, my fingers are not turning black because of it, and this is mainly due because of the sterling base and or the fine silver in this one base. So I just wanted to share this quick tip because I thought that it was worth sharing, and it's a very simple way to walk around the tarnishing problem while using non-precious metals. Well, that's it for me for today. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you around. Bye.